Hi everybody, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I am here with a journal that I've been putting together, and I thought I would just put the camera on and let you watch along or craft along if you wanted to. So I just have stuff everywhere. So these are all little bits of ephemera that need decorating. So I did do a masterboard for this one and I did cut it up. And then I've got all these to decorate. So I'm not sure we're going to put them all in, but I'll put them to the side. And these are the bits of ephemera that I've got left for decorating with. And this kit it's an antique papery kit. I don't know if this particular kit is still available. I don't think it is when I've looked on the Etsy store, but I will put her Etsy store down below so that you can go and have a look yourself. But she does have similar kits, and you know, there's all sorts of lovely kits that she has, but this one I think was called Victorian Ladies, I think. But yeah, so it comes with some beautiful pages, and I managed to get, I think the kit itself came in one of our mega bundles, because every now and then she'll do a mega bundle where she'll just sell off loads of different kits and bits of kits. And I think that's where I got the kit from, and I did one of her mega bundles. She had a sale, I think it was a month ago, just after Christmas I think it was, and so I printed out a few other pages from other kits that she's done, and they do kind of match together and look really nice together. And then also what I did was some of the pages I shrunk them down and printed them smaller on my printer, and then glued them together to make these lovely little cards. So I've got a couple of them, and again same with these. These should be full-size pages, but I shrunk them down, and then I backed them with some nice packaging paper to make these lovely folded cards. So, and then I've got bits of ephemera. Now there were other things that I found. I think they're the pockets. That's a pocket that I've made. And these are a couple of the journal cards that I've actually already done. So I'll put them to the side because they need to just be put in. And there, this was a letter, and I'm pretty sure this is antique papery as well, but it might be Victoria Designs. But it comes like this. This is the printout that you get. I will have to look up and see where I got this from. I'll pop it at the bottom of the video. But I just printed it, and it's just on copy paper, and I've just stenciled on the inside. As you can see, I've just stenciled some roses, and then I've folded this kind of in the way that an old letter would have been folded, by folding it the sides over and then tucking it in, and then it would have been sealed with a wax seal. But I just thought that gave it a nice kind of, you know, genuine kind of feel about it, and that can just pop into a journaling spot. And then again, this is one of the ones that I got in the bundle, and I've used this on many occasions, but what a lovely page there is. So I've just folded it up to use it as extra writing paper, and again I'll just pop that in somewhere. Now for the actual journal itself, this is the one we made with Rachel's challenge, when the challenge was to make a journal out of packaging materials, and I made this cover. So you'll probably recognise it if you saw those videos. So this is the cover I'm going to use, and I've come up with a book plate that I wanted. So I just got some music paper. It's antique music paper, and then I used a couple of the ephemera pieces, layered them on, and I Mod Podged over the top of it. And I've also used some of the Inca Gold to put some gold sheen and streaks on it to make it look like it was gilded once, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of faded. So it's got that kind of faded elegance about it. And I also painted around the border of this piece here because I wanted that to look like it was like a faded gilt. And then I've got some bits of fabric that I wanted to use because I kind of wanted to make a collage, because I like these little bits of fabric. So I was gonna put these on the edge and then just have them peeking out, kind of, if I can get my fingers to work, and then a nice bit of lace on the edge. And there we go. So I'm going to kind of just glue that down like that. I did sew around it as well, just to give it that nice extra little bit. And it will look like it's been sewn onto the cover, but it hasn't, obviously. So we'll start with that. So that's where I'm at the moment. This I've done off camera. I have done a lot of it off camera, because I wasn't very well a couple of weeks ago, and or last week was it, and I kind of just got carried away because I wasn't well enough to film, but I was well enough to just sit and play and do little bits and pieces. So yeah, so I'm using Fabri-Tac. I've just got it in this little bottle because it's easier on my hands, and I'm finding it's the only way I can use it now, because the big bottles are just too big, and you know, you need too much strength to get the glue out. So these little bottles are coming in handy for me, and it means I can be a bit more precise as well where I want to put it, and it solves the problem of volcanoing, because it doesn't tend to volcano out of here, though it does sometimes go a little bit difficult to get it to come out. But there we go, it's coming out now. And I'm putting loads on because I'm gluing this onto a corrugated surface, so you know, not all of the glue is going to hit, so where it does hit I want there to be plenty of glue. So yeah, I am putting loads of glue on because I want the fabric to hopefully hit enough places that it's going to be stable, because otherwise it's just going to keep rising up. Right, let's just pop the little top on there. Ideal little bottles. I got them off Amazon, I think, Amazon. Right, now I want you as far over as I can get you. And I did kind of cut this into an L shape. It was ragged anyway, but I did because I didn't want the bulk underneath the book plate. Because it's, you know, there's going to be a lot going on the cover anyway, and this corrugated card is quite thick, so I mean the covers, you know, I didn't want it to be extra thick and extra heavy. So let's get a bit on here. I just thought you might like to watch and craft along with me, because it's been a while since I've actually done an actual journal. I have been working on them, I just, you know, I haven't got round to doing one on camera. So yeah, I just thought it's about time that we did something like a finished product, not just ephemera. You know, this is the problem though, isn't it? I love making ephemera. I love making the journals too, but I get so caught up making the ephemera that I'm like lost to it. Yeah. Right, let's get this on here. And these are just scraps of fabric that I found, you know, and I've been going through my, actually found this in my snippet jar. It was in there to be made into a snippet, and I just thought, no, I like that, and it will correspond with the blue, a very gorgeous lady. And I don't know whether to put the ragged edge or the cut edge. Ragged edge, which would make it look a little bit more shabby chic, or cut edge, which it's not as interesting. Let's do the shabby edge. We might as well go shabby. If we're going to do shabby chic, let's do shabby chic. The only problem with these bottles is they don't hold a huge amount, so I do have to keep refilling them, which isn't so much of a bother, but because I've got quite a few of them, they come in a pack of 6 I think, I've filled a couple up at a time, and that way, you know, I've got plenty when I'm doing my videos, so that I'm not running out mid-video, because otherwise I would be. And then I'd have to go back to using the big bottle, and then me hands would get sore again, and oh, defeats the object, doesn't it? Right, there we go. Okay, I want it to stand slightly proud. So I like that edge, but not too much. And then coming out a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well that's the fabrics on. And now we need to get this on. Doesn't that look just cute with the bits of fabric peeking out? I like that. You can't see a whole lot of the lace, but what you can see, it's just, and I do like the fact that we did use the shabby side. Okay, so now I'm going to just let this do its thing and go upside down, get the bubbles out, because I'm going to need quite a lot to cover this back. There we go. Right, let's try that. Go around the outside first. I'm going to try and catch the stitches as well, just for that added extra security. Not that I think that the stitches are going to come out, but it's just going to anchor them if they've got a little bit of glue on as well. It just means that they'll have a longer shelf life, if you know what I mean. It's one less thing to worry about with the wear and tear. Because let's face it, you know, time's not kind to anything, not even junk journals. This Fabri-Tac really doesn't like me. I mean, this is so much better, but it's still so hard to get out. Maybe I need to get a bigger bottle, but we'll see. If you get a bigger bottle, it's harder to squeeze, so it kind of defeats the object. I mean, I do love these little bottles, they are much easier. I think it's just because I'm having to cover such a big area. Normally, you know, I wouldn't have to cover this big an area, but I want to make sure our butt plate sticks. There we are. We done. Now let's get this on, and let's make sure we have it the right way up. And I want to make sure it's somewhat straight. Okay. I'm just going to make sure it makes really good contact with all of the surfaces, because otherwise, you know, if only part of it sticks, it's liable to come back up again, and I don't want that to happen. I know it looks like I'm being really rough, but I'm not being that rough. I'm just making sure it sticks. Right. Yeah, I think that's pretty well stuck. Yep. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I think I love the way that book plate turned out. And again, with the corrugated cardboard and this textured paper and the lace and the fabrics, it really does have that kind of shabby, kind of chic like effect, especially with this gorgeous elegant lady. Yeah, really like that. Now let's have a look at our signatures, because I did put together some signatures. Okay, so I'll have a quick flip through and see, so you can see what I've got so far. So I've got a mix of coffee dyed and some antique papery, well, the antique papery kit, and then some of our letters out of our letter pack, and then I've stenciled on the back as well. So isn't he gorgeous? Lovely. And so this journal has tons of writing space, and then of course I've added in little bits like the music paper, and then this is a doily, but it is an A4 doily, and I'll just put it in like I would a page, but then you've got this nice little tuck spot already in there. And you know, you'd have to be careful because it is a doily, but I like that. I kind of like it. I don't even mind the fact that it's white. So, and I thought I'd put some different coloured papers in because there's, you know, there's nice peachy tones and orangey tones to this kit. And then this is some coffee dyed, it's an old day planner that I used to have. Isn't it pretty? And I think I might add some bits of lace to the edges of some of the pages. And then this is the centre. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. So that's one signature, and then this is the second. And this paper I've used is from a pack called Vintage Lace, and it is from the Signature Collection. And it's called Vintage Lace. And it is only printed on one side, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet. So this is the second signature. And I've just put lots of different types of papers in. I wanted it to be primarily a writing journal, but I am going to do some interactive elements in it. I haven't decided what yet. That's what we're going to work on together. So, and this is a piece, it's from an old music book, and it's the front page, and I just folded it over because first of all it's gorgeous vintage paper. Look at that lovely colour to it. And second of all, I just thought, you know, the Sognata, it's just kind of a lovely, it works well with this kind of vintagey type pack. And then this is one of those little tuck spots that I was working on. I'm going to sew that in, so I'm not going to put the signature in until I've done that. And I might, you know, and I haven't decided if I'm going to glue the lace on or if I'm going to sew it on, so we'll leave it out until we've done that. So we've got, let's have a look, that's our centre page. Isn't that gorgeous? Right, so we've got our two signatures just about ready to go. I have done one thing, let me find it if I can. It might be the other signature I've done it on. Or is it? No, it's this one. So this is the other side of that page from the music book, and it was quite long, so I folded it over, and then I've just added on an extra piece of this coffee dyed grid paper, which I dyed using lace. So sorry, I'm out of focus, I'm out of the camera. And then I've used this is like a velvety embossed tape. It's like a craft tape. It's not a washi tape, it's a craft tape, and the pattern is kind of like, it feels amazing. And so I've used that to go over the hinges on both sides, and that's just a nice little flip out. So that's one of our interactive elements done. So what I want to do is, obviously I can't sew that in yet, so let's have a look and see at our ephemera. Now, I don't normally put ephemera in before I sew stuff in, so I don't really want to do that. Let me just see how many of these big cards that we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 3 of the big cards, and we have, that one's like a double pocket, so we'll keep that one. Is that one a double pocket as well? There is, yeah. So we've got 2 double pockets and then 2 cards. So I'll keep those 2, and they can go in another journal, and we'll keep these, we'll decorate these, and then I've got 1, 2. So I'll keep 2 of those because I am working on another journal as well, so, and I don't want to use everything in one journal, so that's quite plain, that one. Do we have a piece that would fit onto that? Let's have a look at our ladies. Oh, she'd look quite nice on there, wouldn't she? And then we could maybe put a label with her, or see, I think it could do with a taller lady, but I don't think, see, she's on the front of the book, so I don't really want to use, Right, and we've got this one, but this one's too big because it, you know, it's too wide. And I think these ladies are going to be too, although she's only slightly too big. She looks crowded. Okay, well, we could, these are the smaller versions of those ladies. We could do that and then use a label, and then she wouldn't look lost. And maybe we could stick some flowers behind her as well, because there's flowers and they could go in the corner, kind of up in the corner, and then we'll put her there. Okay, let's do that. Right, so I got carried away there thinking about decorating them. And then these are just some smaller ones that, you know, I thought I would. And then we've got these ones. So we've got a fair bit to decorate, and there's not a whole lot of pieces left from the kit, but I do have these lovely circles, and let's see, so we've got a fair few bits like that, and then I've got my own things that I can use as well. So let's get this one done. Now I am going to distress because I have started distressing, so I might as well continue distressing. You know my thoughts on distressing. It just makes everything look better. Oh, don't lose your leg. Oh no, she'll be legless then. Right, there we go. Oh, footless I should say. Right. Oh, might as well do these while we're on. It is a pretty little kit, and there's lots of little bits and pieces. But like I say, this, you know, this journal could have been just as nice with any other kit, I suppose. It's just a pity that you can't, you know, you can't always get the kits that somebody's working on, especially if you were watching like an old video and you see a kit that someone's using. I've done that so many times when I'm trying to watch catch-up videos, and I'll see a kit and I think, oh, I want that, and then I'll go at the shop and find out that it's no longer available. It's like, oh, but I want it. So if we put her kind of there, and then we can put a little label there, and then this will just be a nice cute little one. And then I want to do some different types, because obviously I don't want everything looking the same. Okay, right, labels. Now I could use a label, or I've just thought I have these words, and maybe we could use one of those. Let's see what we've got. Harmony, that might be quite nice. Music, because it's actually, you know, there's music paper in the signature, and these ladies look like they're going to a musical recital. I want something to back that with, so I'm just wondering if could I use, I think that'll be too small. That might work. It's not a great print though. That's better. I like that one. There we go. Right. Now I'm going to just have to tear that down just a bit. Yes, it will fit. Perfect. Let's just put a little bit of distressing ink on it. And then we'll get the label too. Just gives it that definition, doesn't it? There we go. Right. goobers there. When I was printing these words out, I mistakenly hit print on both sides. And so they've got words on the other side as well, and I keep forgetting that until I go to put the glue on. That's nice, I like that, that's quite cute. I was going to put a tab on it, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's quite nice. It's muted, the colours, but I like that. Yeah, so there's another one done. And what was I looking at? What I was thinking about doing, because I do have those circles. Where are we? I was thinking about using some of these circles to decorate the pages. Just to give a little bit of extra decoration. So, because, you know, I want to use them. And I just thought it would bring a little bit more continuity throughout. I mean, actually that could be put on as a tuck spot, couldn't it? If we had a little bit more ephemera. Let's have a look and see. I mean, it's a bit big. How about that? It's better, but it needs a little something else, doesn't it? Just a little something else. Just something a little bit different. No, I'm not liking it. Okay. What I might just do then is just use them as decoration. Just pop them down as just a little bit extra page decoration. I mean, we could, I've got loads of clusters actually. I'll have a look at the clusters and see which clusters we've got. Because I might add a couple of clusters onto this. I've got some nice fabric ones that we could use on the journal cards. And then I might put some on the edges of the pages as tabs. Because that would be a nice idea. There we are. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Right, let's keep going with this, because this is something that we can do without worrying about when we come to sew it in. I'm not going to do every page, just every now and then. I mean, I think you could use these as a little tuck. Let's give it a go. Let's try. Let's give it a go and see what happens. If it doesn't work, we'll just glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to run the glue around this top part. And then what I'm thinking is those little tags that I printed out, if I can find them. They are here somewhere. There they are. These little ones might sit quite nicely just tucked up in there. Yeah, I like that. I'm not going to put it in just now because this needs to glue properly, otherwise I'll end up gluing it in. But there you go. It'll be fun to discover which ones are tucks and which ones are not. Nice little thing to do. I mean, we could even have them popping out of the page as well, couldn't we? But no, I think we'll stick to our idea. We'll stick to our idea of having some of our snippet roll or our little clusters. So I think that'll be better. And I'm just using antique, some vintage photo to do the distressing with. You know, it's my favourite go-to, and I think it works well with this kit. And it's almost identical to the colour of the coffee dyeing on these pages as well, which it all ties in and gives you that lovely feeling of, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? that could take a pocket, couldn't it? So I wonder if one of these could become a pocket. It's not the right colours. Let's carry on with what you're doing, Eileen. I see I get sidetracked. I get lost. Right, we've got this nice pink page. So that's the wrong pink, I think. That's pretty though, with the pink rose there. Yeah, I think that'll look nice. Okay. Let's not forget to ink. Which I think I did forget to ink the Tuck Spot one. So I have been I've been listening to a good audiobook, and I do love my audiobooks. I do like reading books, but because I love crafting as well and I love reading, I combine the both by crafting while I'm listening to my audiobooks, and that way I can, you know, I can enjoy both. We're not going to put one on there because that's where I do flip out. So the one I'm listening to is the book from the series that I've just finished watching, which I absolutely, you'll have heard me waxing lyrical about it. It's an absolutely fantastic series called, oh that's perfect colour matching, isn't it? Called A Discovery of Witches, and it is such a great storyline. It gets, you know, it's got all the intrigue and all the historical facts are really spot on, and I really do enjoy it. And so I bought the audio books, and I'm on to the third book, where the TV series is only up to the second book. So I'm now ahead of the TV series, and I've got I'm like a quarter of the way through the last book, and I'm like, oh, I've got to stop. I cannot listen to it anymore, because you know what it is when you read a book and you fall in love with the characters and with the storyline, and you know that stuff's going to go down. And you're like, no, I can't, I can't do it. And I was the same with Harry Potter. I was absolutely like, I couldn't, that last book, oh God, it killed me. But yeah, I get intense about me reading. But yeah, I think you look quite nice there, just yeah. So I've got it, and I desperately want to read it to see how it all ends, but I don't want to finish it, because I think when you finish a book, you kind of, I read somewhere recently that the brain doesn't distinguish between characters from a piece of work that we're invested in and real people. So when the book's finished and you know you're not going to see them again, you kind of go through a grieving period, and your brain thinks it's real, which it is, because if you get invested in your characters the way I do, it is real. You've spent so much time with this person, getting to know them and enjoying getting to know them. I might put one on the music paper, actually. No. And yeah, and then suddenly they're gone from your life, and that's it. You're never going to get to spend time with them again. It is kind of like a bereavement. And, you know, I'm dreading finishing the book. I don't want to finish the book, and I'm just, oh, I'm going to have to write to the author and ask her to keep going. But if you're stuck for something to listen to or to read, I would highly recommend it. It's very good, and it's it covers a lot of issues. I mean, I know some people are put off by the witch thing, but it's not about witchcraft and that. It's about the situations that they find themselves in, and about the things that they've got to go through. And so it's very much a character builder one, and I love that. I love watching the characters develop through the story and through the adventures, and then obviously fall in love with them. And I don't want to read the rest of the book, because it's one of those ones where it's a little bit like Harry Potter and I suppose Game of Thrones, where you just know they're not all going to make it. Oh no. See, if I stop now, everybody's happy and still fine, and I never have to know. But then I can't do that because I have to know. And I am so going to watch the next series. And that's another thing I'm thinking, do I really want to finish the story before I watch the story? Because the books ultimately, I think, in my mind, the books are better than the TV series, simply because they can put so much more in, much more detail, and they can fill the story out a lot more. But will that ruin the series for us? Because there's some really great actors in there that I've loved watching in other things, and you know, they really bring the books to life. They do a really good job. And do I then go and ruin that experience by listening to the rest of the book? Tell me, drop me a comment. What should I do? Should I go back to listening to it? Should I finish the story? Should I wait? Should I put it in the freezer and never bother with it again because I don't want to lose any of my favourite characters? Oh, somebody tell me what to do. It's the first time in a long time that I've been so engaged in a book. And you know, I do read a lot, but it's such a great storytelling and so much historical detail that I just love it. Right, well, we've done them, and I think what I want to do is, let's have a look and see if we've got any pages that I want to add in as kind of flip outs. Now, I do know, if I can find it, get them out. I did have, if I can remember where I've put them. Where did I put them? This is the problem when you're disorganised, and I've just dropped all of my little tags out of my book, all of my little labels. This is the problem I have when I'm disorganised, is that I put things down, I think, oh right, I'll know where there is, and then when I go back it's not there, because I've put loads of stuff on top of it thinking, oh, I'll put that there because then I'll know where that is. And it's perpetual. Right, it's not there. Is it on there? No. Did I put it over here? Aha! I found it. Now this, I got, let me just move these things. I got this out of, it was an old a book, a tourist book, and you can see it's Aberdeen, and this was in it, in the book, and isn't it gorgeous? Now I think it's from the 60s, and it makes such a gorgeous little pull-out page. Let's find somewhere where we could put that. So where was our other pull-out page? So we've got that one there. Let's put it in here. Now there's the music page, so we could do the same and put it on the music page, couldn't we? And then that kind of mirrors that side. Now it is a bit big, so I'm going to have to take it right to the edge. Well, that'll work. Okay. Let's just see. I'm just going to put a little nail mark to where I want the glue. I'm going to lose that. This is the problem. I don't want to lose that side, so I might have to glue it that way. We're going to lose a bit of that side, but that's only the index, so that's not too bad. Okay, we'll do that. So I'm going to say about there. It's just slightly too big that I'm not going to be able to save all of the image, so it's unfortunate, but you know, we're going to save most of it. So let's get this centered. Straight. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to get the same tape that I've been using for the other one. And that's here. Right. So let's just check to make sure that that's going to close okay. And that's going to be a nice pull out. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Okay. So let's get some tape on. Now, let's just measure this. That's going to be about there. Right. And stick the tape down. And that's just going to secure that seam. Because yes, I've put it down with the glue stick, but it's a nice decorative way just to kind of meld the two pages together rather than just having a harsh line. You can do it with washi tape or lace. I mean, if you just want to leave it, then that's fair enough, just leave it. But isn't that gorgeous? Proper old map. And what I like about it is it talks about the Palace Bar, and the ladies in this kit, they all look like they're about to go out, you know, and have a nice afternoon tea at the Palace Bar. Now this is just folded up a little bit on the underside. You know what, I'm going to leave it because what's going to be good about the tape is it will cover it, so that's fine. Now I'd like to tell you where I got these tapes from. They came from a craft store near me and I bought them, I'm talking years and years ago, so I'm afraid I can't tell you where I got them from, but I know you can get craft tapes from many different places, and I know Amazon is one of them. But failing that, you like I say, you could just use a nice washi tape. Just going to make sure that that's stuck right down because I'm right on the edge there. There we go. And then that's going to fold in. So let's see. Just going to move those circles. So you're going to open it up and then it's going to open up again. So it's going to be a nice extension to your page. And you could journal on that. There's lots of space for journaling. Or you could just leave it as a piece of vintage ephemera. Well, antique really. 60s, that's what, 40, 50, 60 years. Yeah, that's considered an antique. So, yeah. So there's one. Okay. Now, the other thing that I was thinking about putting in, and I think this will be the last thing I do today with this, I made these bags. Now I can't find really pretty bags. I know you can get them in America, and there are certain other places where you can get them, and you get these such pretty bags, but you know, I'm struggling to find really pretty bags without them being a fortune. So I thought, you know, I've got this masking paper, I'm going to make my own. And I will do a tutorial on these to show you how I did it, but I've got loads of stamps, lovely stamps. So I just decided to use my stamps to create patterns so that I've got a nice decorated sack. There we go. So where we're going to put you and what we're going to put on you. Now I've got one of these taller ladies, and maybe she might look, oh yes, doesn't she look pretty on there? Oh, I'm liking that. Yes, with a script behind. I don't even think it needs anything else. Maybe. And here we go. This is the problem. There's always a maybe, isn't there? Okay, I'm just looking for my clusters because I have a ton of clusters. Not there. Okay. This is one of my baskets. I've got some nice tea-dye lace as well, that might look nice. Okay, where's my clusters gone? Is this my clusters? No, that's just all the bits of lace. But we might use a little bit of this, so let's just see what we've got. That's a nice piece, I like that. Okay, I'm going to put the lace back and try and find the clusters. I do not have too much craft things. Yeah, I am in control of the craft things. No, I'm not. I'm so not. Right. Clusters and some feathers for some reason. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Right. First of all, I don't think I want that lace. So let's see. Do we have... No. I'm going to use something. It needs to be a bit antique-y, I think. And I really don't think any of these are going to match the style. How about some of our fabric ones? Oh, we've got a snippet roll. Loads of threads on it. No, you know, I think she's going to stand alone. What have we got in here? These are ruffles. How about a ruffle? Let's just see. No, I don't like that one. Oh, now that's an interesting one. Okay, snip a bit of you off. Nope. How about... No. You know, I think she's going to stand alone. So let's just leave her standing alone. Let's get a little bit of ink on. I can't decide what to put with that, and I think maybe she'd be better off by herself. Oh, she's got folded feet. Little dainty feet. This is the bigger version of the one that we put on the journal, on the tag. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a repetition, but that's fine because they'll be in completely different parts of the journals. And you know, she's a pretty lady. Doesn't matter if she wants to appear twice. Just have one last look at that lace. Maybe we could put a little bit underneath her feet. And then she's dancing on lace. Just a little bit to the side. That might look quite nice. Okay, let's go a little bit of, which side? It's the back. A little bit of Fabri-Tac on. Sometimes a little bit is enough, you know? You don't have to have tons of decorating on everything. I mean, the script on the sack itself decorates it. Right. And so we don't need huge amounts of decoration on. Okay, so okay, that's okay. And then I think I might put the sack in as kind of a side tuck, and then we can get one of our big journal cards in there. I think they'll fit. I'm just going to make sure she's got lots and lots of glue. Don't want to, I might off centre her slightly, just ever so slightly. There we go. Might have to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac underneath those feet. But yeah, I think she looks quite nice like that. Are those feet going to stick? We'll try and glue it in first and then we can decide. And then that's going to be a nice little bag and we'll have a side tuck. So let's decide where we're going to put this. Like I say, I'm not used to decorating before I sew the signatures in, but this is quite thin, so it's not going to make that much difference. So let's just see. No, wrong pink. Maybe it should look nice on there. Yeah, and that kind of decorates that page a little bit more. Yeah, we'll do that, we'll do that. And then because we're putting her on as a side tuck, we'll go around 3 sides. Let's get these goobers out. Glue goobers. We have had some wicked wind this last few days. Absolutely horrendous. We had to go out the other day because we've got like patio furniture. We've got a nice little sofa and chairs that we use on the patio, and they're just wicker ones, but they were just it was like, you know when you see those movies of ships where they're going from one side to the other, and then that was what was happening. So we went outside and moved everything over to a different patio. It's a bit more sheltered, and we put some bungee ropes on them to stop them from flying all over the garden. Because I mean, if you've watched the channel for a while, you know I live very close to the cliffs, and that means that we're at the mercy of the weather. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, so they were flying all over the place. Now I like that one, but that's the same lady. Okay, so let's give her somebody different. We might end up putting something else in here. That's ever so slightly too big, so I think we're going to end up putting something different in. So we've got that letter, that might look quite nice in there. Oh yeah, just peeking out like that. I like that. I like that a lot. And I could put a little cluster on there if I wanted to. Let's have a look. Let's find a little cluster. Something with pink. They're all blues. What's this one? No. Blues. Oranges. I'm gonna find every colour but the colour I want. They shouldn't even be in there. So let's get these out, and then that can come out because that shouldn't be in there. Even though that's my snippet roll. Right, now we can see a bit better. Find something. Oh, it's one of those things, isn't it? You never find the thing you want. That's actually quite nice with the blues. So there's a thought. Or another roll, but we don't want you. I've just seen one that I kind of like the idea of. Now I've lost it. Actually that would match the colour of the stamp. The mulberry paper would match the stamp. I've got so many of these. You're supposed to be in there. Okay. What about my papery ones? Let's see what we've got there. I don't use these enough, you know. I've got so many and I never really use them enough. And I should, because there's some beautiful ones. That's too busy. Too big, too big, too busy. No, I'm not finding it. I'm not finding it. That's got some more of the too big. No. Do you know what? I might put some of these into some packs and put them onto the Etsy, because I've got far too many and I'm never going to use them all. I might do some snippet packs, because I will never get through these in a month of Sundays. That's quite nice. I like that. Too big. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. It's not perfect, but I do kind of like the colour of the mulberry with that stamp. So let's get some Fabri-Tac. I'm going to put it that way, or should I put it that? Oh, it looks better that way. Okay, we'll do it that way. And then it's all hidden, isn't it? All the stitching will be hidden under the glue. Not that I'm bothered with the snippets, because I kind of think that the stitching becomes part of the charm of them. And then it just comes part of the final piece. Hi, sweetheart. Ooh, coffee. Right, so we've got that one done. Okay. Oh, thanks, darling. What a charm. He's bought us some coffee. Right, so that's going to just pop into there, and that's going to... So we've got that done. So I think I'm going to call it there. So we've got a few bits done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide on whether or not I want some laces, and anything that needs sewing in, I'm going to do that off camera, so that the next time I will be back, we'll have, if I've decided on the laces, if I'm going to sew them in, because I might just glue them in, and I might even use a couple of these snippets, these little rolls, because like it's not like I haven't got enough. So I will see you all later. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Drop a like if you've enjoyed the video. Drop us a comment and tell us if you've got any suggestions, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye.